Sa kwarto. Ay, sa kalsada. Ito ko mag-aayos sa aking little studio. Ayan. Let's see people. I got some decors already that I got. Eventually, it's halo-halo. Got some from Family Dollar and Walmart. There's more. Wait, there's more. Yan. So, nabili na ako for my Christmas decors. Mr. Sue. Ayan. Kakalat na naman ako. Good morning. Ayan. I just wanted to show you. Kasi meron akong project today. Nag-ano pa lang ako, Mr. Sue. Namili-mili pa lang ako. So, ayan. I got this. Kasi, alagay ko nga sa aking, ayan. Hi, Dahlia. Ayan. So, these are just few na pamili ko. So, I'm just gonna sit on the floor. Hindi ba kita yung ano yan? Wait lang. Ayan, I got some cool stuff that I got at Dollar not Dollar General, but sa nagre-ready na ako. Ayan. Ayan, I got this. Ito, para sa Christmas tree. Meron daw yung ano, yung lights. So, here, mas maganda kasi pagka namili ka. Lights na siya. Okay, pero kailangan palagyan ng battery. And then, natagdagan ko na lang siya. So, this is for our door. So, I got this only for $10. Pero, $10 na siya. Ayun, may ilaw-ilaw siya. Hi, Mary Jen. Ayan, may ilaw-ilaw na pala siya. So, maganda. Kunti na lang yan. Dadagdag ko na accent. So, my theme is like, anik-anik. And of course, nabili ako na mga needed for the, and of course, yan, double adhesive. Kasi, nagawa ko rin yung aking door ng ano. So, ito sa asawa ko to. Yan, naihalo niya ang kanyang pinamili dito sa aking mga pinamili. Ayan. Mga sa kanya nasama lang sa akin. At syempre, hindi mawawala ang ating mga pang-content. So, I got this also. Ayan. Ito naman. Naglaro muna yun, diba? A big button, press button, and pop it. Oh, ayan. So, I got this as well. Ang dami mga kaek-ekan. Ayan, ihiwalay ko na lang yung mga wala ko ng aking pangbukas ng letter. Ang dami, masarap mamili. Hi, Madel. Dito, masarap mamili kasi talaga nakakatuwa. Kaya walay natin yung aking mga ito. I got this also. Yan, tabletop decor. Sabi ko gagawa na lang ako, kaya lang. Diba? So, para sa table. So, it's really nice. It's really cute. I don't know if this has lights. Lalagyan ko na lang siya ng light. So, I know it's easy to do this, but kung meron naman ng ready na, diba, why not? Ikaw, balang natin para mas kita niya. So, ayan. So, I got this. Diba, cute siya. So, pang tabletop siya. It's a tabletop decor. And then, syempre sa aking mga para sa cupboards ko. Nagawin ko siya parang boxes ng gift. So, I got this also. Yeah. Makikita niya pag ginawa ko siya. Nilight ko na lang. So, these are the things that I'll be using. And scotch tape. Scotch tape. And then, I got some candles kasi 47 cents lang ito. And, tatanggalin ko lang itong sticker na to. And then, papalitan ko siya para maging yung sa centerpiece. Nag-go-alit kasi ako ng centerpiece. So, I got these candles for 47 cents. So, ayusin ko lang siya. Para hindi ako malito-lito. There. This is, I'm gonna make like a snow box. I Trisha. And then, I also got some ribbons. Kasi mag-checkered and ano siya? Bakit may dikit ba ito? Yeah. So, I got this plaid bow. Ayan. So, pakilin na lang ng mga ribbons. Ng mga bows. Gagamitin ko for my project. So, ayan. I got my projects. I have to set up my projects there. These are the things that I'll be using for my brackets. Hiwalay ko to. And then, of course, nakabili ako ng doggy-doggy. Pang content na naman. Ayan lang magtatang battery. Kasi $3 na lang to eh. Pagka nag-sale siya talaga, lalo na pagka yung mga pang Halloween, they are giving it really on really sobrang sale. Ano siya? Ano nang pinipindot dito? Para sabi yung pinipindot niya. Kasi meron din ako isa pa na doggy. Ayan. Yan yung aking isang husky dito. So, ano tumunog? Ay, dito Apple. Ikaw lang kung okay yung battery nito. So, let's see. Kung ano yung pipindot na siya. Ano ko nagwawag yung tail nito. Ito. Ay, cute! Diba? Ang cute ni Mama Del. Oh, ayan. Kasi ito yung isa, ito may tali din yan. Kasi hindi pa nga ako pwede mag-alaga ng dog. Dahil sabi ng asawa ko, anihin mo muna yung bahay, kabago-bago lang ang bahay mo. Ayan. Ay! Lalakad siya doon. Ay, ang kulit! Ayan. Pindutin pala. And of course, ayan, nakabila ko ng mga gnome. Ayan. So, I'm getting ready for Christmas talaga. So, eto gagawa rin ako kaya bumili ako kasi paggagayahan ko siya. So, I'll gonna make something like this also. Mga gnome. So, may naman. Ayan, madali lang siyang gawin eh kasi yan, kaya ako bumibili dahil I'm gonna make my own, magdi-DIY ako. So, mga cute yan, mga pang decor na yan. So, meron pa ako nabili. Magastos, makalat. And of course, ito. Ay, nasira na. Ito, yung para sa centerpiece ko. So, this one parang $1 ang isa nito. $1.25. So, yung mga ilalagay ko doon sa aking yung circle centerpiece. So, iba-iba siya. Ayan. So, I got this. I got yung may bird. So, $1.25. So, ganda siya. Iayos ko na lang. So, ilan siya? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. O, diba? Tumutunog. 6, 7. Tito Apple, thank you. 8. Kulang pa ako eh. 8, 9, 10, 11 lang. May nakasali na hanap. So, ito, kukunin ko yung centerpiece na gawin natin. So, those are just some of those gastos na ginawa ko. So, I'll show you. I'm gonna get my Ayan, so now I got that. So what we're gonna do? So we got all of this. What we're gonna do now is ito binili ko rin itong lalagyanan na to. Ayan. So ito this is yung parang floater, pero ito yung this is what I got. Okay, walay talaga yan. And then I got, para mapagdikit ko siya, bumili ako nung hose yan. So, kailangan ko siyang pagdikitin. So, para maganda siya. And then, ayan, para bilog siya. Tapos yung candle ko kasi is bilog din. So, this is my my centerpiece. This will become my centerpiece for my center table. So, kaya ako bumili nito. Ito. What I'm gonna do is, ayan, para, ano ba, Just easy. Ano ko kulang pa ito? Ay! Mali. Siya. Siya. Spread mo. Diin mo lang. Put the burn. Asawa ko nagugulat dahil gastos niya. Yeah, I got the burn. So yeah, that's the job. This is a small Christmas wreath, a table centerpiece. Sometimes you can actually like make putol na lang. Ako hindi ko na pinuputol kasi once na pwede nyo pang gamitin. So just make the kitty pa. Nasaan na siya? flower. Wala. Yan lang pala ang laman dito. Pala iganito ng konti. So, just make some adjustments. Hindi pa pala tapos. Isang ano lang pala yung magagawa ko dito sa 10 piraso na. Kind like siguro parang mas mura na bumili na lang ako na ano dahil $10 lang yun. Ay, Tito Apple, Lance Neil. Ilalapit ko yung isa. So, mag-overpower ito. Para dalawa yung aking birdie. Actually make your own design. But talagang you'll be happy with it. So, kung minsan hindi ako happy dun sa ibang design. So, As early as now, nagpipili-pili na ako ng mga ganyan. Yeah, do things that make you happy. Ako happy ako sa ginagawa ko.
They going together?
Yes.
Oh, I need my lamp.
Yeah, I got
See how it's gonna do on the.
cover your things.
Yeah. This. Cutter. There we go. And the washer kit. Wish I had that the other day.
Yeah, just do some adjustments in putting it. So, yeah, ako. Ooh, i-adjust ko din naman siya. Masira na siya. The bird, the mockingbird. Usog na lang ngayon to make it more cutie-cutie patuti. Para magka-connect na lang siya. What else? Meron pa isa. Imagine na kung gusto mo ganun-ganun. And nasa $10 ang nagastos ko here is gonna like $15. Pa rin ako nakatipid pala. Diba? Pa rin nakatipid. makakatipid ako. Hindi pala. Binila lang ako din sa susunod. Hindi na ako gagawa. Mas magastos. I'll have one of this food. Meron pa isang bell. So, ayan. Pag this out. Tangkal. Yan lang. Asawa ko tuwa siya pagka yung I'm happy with what I'm doing. Siyempre, kahit sino naman asawa mo. If your wife or your husband is happy on what you have done so far. Natanggalan ako. Santo. Oh, diba? Kahide ang aking bird here. It will be seen. That's a birdie bird. That's a golden. It's golden. Andyan si gold. Pangit. Pangit siya. It's not nice there. Ah, di ba? Pwede na ba? What can you say? I made my own table centerpiece. And I can use natanggal-tanggal. And I bought some of ayan, nakabili na rin pala ako double side. At kung mga anik-anik pa. And where's my other way? Pwede nyo rin lagyan ng ribbon ng pasigilin. Lang ha. Just suggest pa ba kayo if in case what else that I still need to put there. What else? Let me know. Kung ano magandang gawin ko. Just type it in kung ano pa pwede kong gawin dyan. Ano pa pwede ko idagdag. Kasi sabi ko, bibili na lang ako ng centerpiece. Eh, may nakita ko mga DIY. So, DIY na mga that you'll be happy. Diba? You'll be happy about the kalabasan. But whatever makes you happy, do it. Diba? No one will be stopping you from doing things that will make you happy. Then don't let others stop you also from doing things that is making you happy. So that's our DIY Christmas wreath. yesterday yung inayos namin ng asawa ko ng upuan. Talagang I was really satisfied with that chair. Bumili na rin kami ng cushion. So, ayan, what else? Maybe I'm gonna put the ribbon. Ayan, kailangan ko ng aking blue. Ayan, I got a ribbon for $1. Patamas na ako na kinilagay. Mali. I'm wrong with that. Iti-take ko na lang siya. Okay. Lolo ko kailangan kung may kapakipakinabang yung mga pinupost natin. Hindi binibigyan ng views. Ikaw lang kwenta. Bibigyan. I guess, yan, ikutan ko na lang siya ngayon. Even. Although meron naman akong meron din ako na glue gun. But, tamad lang akong glue. Yeah. Hi, Carol. Hi, super mommy. Hi, Shell. Hindi siya perfect pero I'm trying. It's just a simple DIY. So, but I'm happy doing it. It made me happy. Malapit na kasi mag-Christmas. So, wala tayo ng kapatid-pakinabang for Christmas. There you go. TV ng asawa ko. Nasa siya. Hindi didikit. This will gonna help that dikit. Ayan. Ayan, hindi siya masyadong madami. It's gonna get little bit there. So I got one project done. And please type in if you did like it, or if you don't like it, or if I do need something more to add on this. Just let me know. Ayan, natatanggal siya. Ang birdie natin. Or if we can do something about this. Pwede naman na siya ikot. So, tignan ko saan siya nasa. Ito yung ribbon. Ito yung gamitin ko to do sa gitna. So, I'll start. Okay na ba dito, Apple? And then I'm thinking of something about dun sa mga candles. Nakakabili kasi ako ni Panggubilati. Found this set this aside. So we're done with one project. So what we're gonna do next is the candle. So I got these candles from Family Dollar then. So yeah, we're done with this. And gonna make this work. These are Halloween candles, pero ang gagawin natin, we're gonna make it a, luto natin ng ribbon. So, instead of this, where is that? So, I got this double adhesive na tape. Let's see if this will gonna work. Let's see. Mas madikit siya. Ingay talaga ng aking asawa. Ang daming sale ngayon na from the ano.
When I started menopause, it was certainly a journey, and I was having hot flashes, mood swings. I couldn't sleep at night. It was uncomfortable. When I first went to the pharmacy for my hormone replacement therapy, it was so expensive. I went, I can't afford that, but I can't afford not to take it because I don't feel good. And once I realized that GoodRx is a third of the price, there's no way that I would ever go without it. Now I can sleep. I don't have hot flashes. I feel like I live a normal life now as a senior. I'm still vibrant, and that's the way I want to live. I now have the means to take care of myself and to treat myself. The advice I would give anybody that's getting a prescription is to check GoodRx. It's really great.
So, ganun lang din ang gagawin ko next week. Diba? Grabe dikit. Pag gorilla talaga na tape ang binili niyo, matikit masyado. RFH. Hello. Oh, diba? Obvious na pinanonood ng asawa ko si James Bond. Kaysa maglagay ako ng mga glitters. Ito na lang ribbon na ito pinili ko. Pag nagkulang, hindi ka naman siya matatapos. I'm not using any more glitters. So this is a, although nalalaglag lahat yung glitters. It's a ribbon that has glitters. And I'm using a Gorilla Tape. So it's more, ano pa siya, madikit talaga. First step ko ginamit yung Gorilla Tape. Hindi na ako pumili ng, although meron naman ako glue gun. I'd rather use this. Grabe ang mga scammers na tawag sa asawa ko. Wala silang tigil. Nakakatawa na yung mga caller ID. Tapos sasagot, alo? O diba? Sabihin Steven, Mike, ang mga pangalan. Tapos pero tunog Indiano. Kundi tunog Indiano, tunog Nigerian. Kung Medicare daw sila, may Medicare na asawa ko. Ala, kulang yung ribbon. Wala na, hindi ko na matatapos siya. Sad.
Hey man, are you in your van? Can you look in the glove box down there in the center and see if I left my 9mm in there?
There, hindi natin matapos. Pero this is how we're gonna look like. Try natin gawin yung isa by using this.
Yeah, being a holster, I can't seem to find it. It's not in that down in the lower pedestal. That glove box is the lower pedestal.
Maingay na asawa ko.
I'm not talking about over there by the passenger seat. I'm talking about
But anyway,
between the two seats.
that's for today lang muna. So yeah. So at least we finished this. We finished ito. And yun, nalagay ko na yan dun sa akin. Hanapin natin kung saan. Wala din talaga. That's what I'm talking about.
I can't seem to find it. I got my 45 in my car. You know, but then it's easier to get to. You know, no, not in this. Definitely not in this suitcase. I didn't have it out. You know what I mean? I wore it in that vest. I'll check the vest, but I took the 45 and put it on the vest because the. Anyway, if you see it, you know what you know.
May nawawala siyang gamit. Diyan. Ang aking natin ng paraan yung isa. Easter. Ay, ayaw matusok. Atuwa. Ayaw siya matusok. Saan pa isa? Nalagyan na isa. There's one. Okay ko.
Here, I'll take a picture of it. Hold on, I'll go out there and take a picture of it. Hold on.
May natanggal.
I was trying to find it on the
Okay.
parts list. And I never could find it.
Hi, Jermaine. Jermaine. Ikot ko na lang ito. That is for my center. Center piece. At, yeah. Ito, hindi ko pa siya tapos din. So, this is what we got for our Christmas lights. So this will not be the gitna. Although pwede mo naman ilagay sa gitna. Ganda rin naman siya. Galan natin yung ano. So, yun lang. Yun pa lang yung aking nagagawa today. So, I still have a lot of things to do. So, mag-decor na. Get some used ribbons. That
Wire rack tool.
the one that you ordered?
Yes.
Is that the one that it's so small and then it costs a lot?
Oh yeah. But it works.
Yeah, look.
Nice.
See. And then I ran out of ribbon.
And got all the way that far and ran out?
Yeah. Because I use it.
Do we eat? Oh no, they're closed
No.
at 4. Yeah.
Oh, nice. There.
Oh yeah. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna put the big surprise. So this is gonna be like gifts.
Just don't want to ruin the paint.
No, you're not gonna ruin the pic. I was showing you. I'll try one and then you'll be surprised. I need this ribbon. 2, 3, 4. Then I'm gonna show you folks on how to do it. Let me just go get my bubble adhesive and my this one. And then we'll transfer. Transfer venue for my live because I put it on live. So I'll show you where I actually have it. So that's my centerpiece. See? See that? There you go. It's kind of like Christmassy. But my Christmas tree doesn't have anything yet. But what I'm gonna do is this. Wait lang. So this is so mataas. Yeah, check it out. Where will I gonna use that? Where's my steps? And still my other bedroom. there. We're gonna start with that one, those two. This is what I saw in, that's why I got the label adhesive. Tabi niya ang aking camera. Kinakabahan yung asawa ko dahil masisira ko raw ang pintura. I'm not gonna mess up with the paint. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about a thing.
Looks like that's the end of it.
Yeah. It says 9 feet.
9 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably possible. 9 feet's less than 3 meters.
Where is my tape?
Swing districts in blue states.
Hi,
Here's the
Adele.
current breakdown. The GOP won 211 seats, the Democrats 199. 218 is the magic number for control of the House. There are 25 uncalled races spread across 12 states. Democrats lead in 13, the GOP in 12.
We're probably going to be the 221 to 223 range, but I'd like it to all get done. We flipped 2 seats in Pennsylvania from Democrat to Republican, and it just goes to show you we won in a couple of tough places. New York.
Now, the GOP could wind up with a majority which is stunningly similar to the one it has today. That could be a challenge when it comes to passing the agenda of President-elect Trump.
A narrow majority is not enough. I think it's our job to utilize this
Kasi matanggal nila.
during discussion, more
Hindi ka
information,
pa natutulog.
ideas,
Ang timadera.
to the American citizens of Washington.
That narrow majority
Right,
created
you're
various
gonna be
headaches for the current House. Plus, there are 2 uncalled Senate races, Arizona and Nevada. Republicans will have at least 53 seats in the Senate next year. Right?
And that counting continues in Nevada, Arizona, and California, right, Chad?
Probably through the weekend, and maybe some numbers tonight.
Hard to believe. Chad Bergman live on the Hill. Chad, thanks. We are getting a clearer picture tonight of what President-elect Trump's promise to get illegal immigrants out of the country might start to look like. Correspondent Griff Jenkins takes a look.
I will launch the largest deportation program in American history.
A bold campaign promise that will require more ICE agents, detention beds, and immigration judges, targeting a population of more than 11 million individuals illegally present in the U.S. People familiar with the plan say they will start with those who pose the greatest threat.
The priorities will be public safety threats and national security threat. They will be the priorities.
The American Immigration Council, a nonpartisan advocacy group, estimates it will cost taxpayers more than $300 billion, giving Congress a role to play as some newly elected lawmakers appear ready to assist.
The American people spoke loud and clear on Tuesday. They gave this president and Republicans a mandate to do everything that we can. The goal should be to deport every illegal in this country that we can find.
The plan faces legal and logistical challenges, as governors in some Democrat-run sanctuary jurisdictions say they won't cooperate. In California, state officials are gearing up for a legal battle.
We're going to have the resources ready to fight in court, push back, fight back as necessary if the Trump administration gets in the way.
Even before the new administration begins to undo Biden-era policies, a federal judge in Texas threw out a recent attempt to legalize illegal immigrant spouses of U.S. citizens. DHS telling Fox it is deeply disappointed, adding the plan is grounded in well-established legal authority and its purpose is consistent with fundamental American values.
And Brad, there's a new migrant caravan on the way, which appears to be splintering, but the leader tells Fox their goal is to get as many across the border before Trump takes office. Brad? We'll follow this story. Griff, thanks. Former President George W. Bush is hosting veterans for his annual bicycle event at his Texas ranch. This year, Fox News medical analyst Dr. Mark Siegel went along. He reports tonight from Crawford, Texas.
Veterans are finding a way to move forward by helping each other and hitting the trails with former President George W. Bush at his ranch in Crawford, Texas.
Person comes out of combat, deals with the danger and the darkness of death. Sometimes it's hard for them to get their feet back on the ground, and this is a way to do it. Right with the stars.
The annual Warrior Ride brings wounded veterans together, including retired Staff Army Sergeant Spencer Milo, who suffered post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injuries during his tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, where he escaped a child suicide bomber.
I've had every reason to quit in my life. I've had every reason to give up. I think what really changed things for me was my daughter.
Helping others with similar experiences led him to his path forward.
All of us in the military are always looking for our next mission, and thankfully I found mine in helping others.
A call to serve that goes beyond the armed forces and builds a new community who always has their back. The Bush Institute keeps track via their check-in program.
I would still be up there on those trails if it worked for. I mean, people that have literally gotten off their bikes and helped push me up hills. I mean, talk about a team.
Former President Bush says the goal is to honor our nation's heroes and use their shining example to help us find our way.
I think there's more kind than not kind in our country. It's just a matter of finding it and nurturing it.
The mountain bike ride today with former President Bush and the vets lasted almost 3 hours. And I learned something. Instead of the vets being people that I need to be concerned about, I learned that they are an inspiration, indomitability, courage, teamwork, kindness. They help each other out. They are a lesson to us, to inspire us as Americans going into Veterans Day. Brett?
Dr. Siegel, thank you. Great stuff. Vice President-elect J.D. Vance had a very important meeting today at the U.S. Capitol. He played tour guide, showing members of his son's Boy Scout troop all around the complex today. Up next, the panel with the latest on the presidential transition and the debut of Cabinet Casino. Yes, Cabinet Casino. Later, the Friday Lightning Round.
We have made clear that should Iran attack any of our citizens, Iran will face severe consequences.
Now that Trump is once again the president-elect, he is even more of a valuable target to the Iranians. And in essence, what they're trying to do is they're trying to seek revenge.
The assassin told them it was going to cost a lot of money. The Revolutionary Guard official said, yeah, it's okay, we've got plenty of money. Yeah, they've got plenty of money. They've got billions of dollars from U.S. sanctions relief that we have because we haven't been enforcing the sanctions.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, the level of detail coming out about this Iranian plot against now President-elect Trump. The FBI Director Christopher Wray out with a comment on this. The charges announced today expose Iran's continued brazen attempts to target U.S. citizens, including President-elect Donald Trump, other government leaders, and dissidents who criticize the regime in Tehran. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, a designated foreign terrorist organization, had
See? Look. Thank you.
It looks nice. Looks like a gift.
Yeah. Hopefully this, I know that this will not, I have to double tape them. It's not touching the paint. Okay, it's not touching any paint. It's just wrapped around the
Real-time trip notifications get important details about driver, destination, and route. Also, we can track his trip directly from the map in the
Good morning, goodbye, Lisa.
Us have made all of our lives so much easier. Saluting off and get 50% off the first two rides.
has been conspiring with criminals and hitmen to target and gun down Americans on U.S. soil. That simply won't be tolerated. Again, that's the FBI director. We'll start there with our panel. Byron York, Chief Political Correspondent for the Washington Examiner. USA Today White House Correspondent Francesca Chambers, and syndicated radio host Hugh Hewitt. Hugh, it's pretty amazing the level of detail. We knew that there was an Iranian plot. We knew there were threats against the former president, now president-elect. But this is pretty specific.
It is, and it's been going on for 4 years, and now the details are emerging. Deterrence has failed vis-a-vis the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps red. And now we've learned it's the tip of the iceberg. They've been trying to kill President Trump, they've been trying to kill Mike Pompeo, Robert O'Brien, Brian Hook, and then John Bolton was on the list as well, Mark Milley, and as a result, we really got to look for the FBI to step up the surveillance, step up the counter-espionage, because they are very intentional about this and they're very dangerous.
Yeah. Francesca, we just didn't hear about that much at the end of this campaign. Obviously, it was in the middle of the campaign.
Yeah, and Brett, I think that there have been bipartisan concerns about the safety of President Trump, former President-elect Trump now. We saw that, following the two assassination attempts on him, that you had lawmakers on both sides of the aisle say that there needed to be stepped up security, both of him and other officials, and really calling for reforms at this point of the Secret Service as well. So I'll be on the lookout as we get into Congress back into session to see what happens with that.
Yeah. One of the people that you mentioned that is in the Iranian crosshairs is Brian Hook, former State Department official. He's leading the State Department transition. Talked to CNN about what Iran policy may start to look like again.
President Trump understands that the chief driver of instability in today's Middle East is the Iranian regime. What President Trump did say in Riyadh was that he would isolate Iran diplomatically and weaken them economically so that they can't fund all of the violence that's going with the Houthis in Yemen and these proxies that run around Iraq and Syria today.
The Wall Street Journal editorial board, Trump's win means it isn't Iran's Middle East anymore. As Iran weighs striking Israel a third time, it must know that its defenses are down after Israel's recent retaliation, and not only the Russian equipment. The Biden administration can no longer protect the Iranian regime. President Biden's leverage over Israel has largely collapsed thanks to U.S. voters. Byron, this is a big shift that will happen quickly when President Trump takes office.
Yeah, it will be huge. And cutting off Iran's oil revenue is what Trump did very successfully before. And since Joe Biden has been president, Iran has had an extra $40 billion in oil revenue to do things like fund Hamas. The assassination plot really shows the variety of threats that Trump faces. He's got unstable people in the United States who are being kind of stirred up by all the terrible things they hear about Trump, and then he has foreign actors, including Iran. One sort of fortunate thing for Trump is the indictment says that the Iranians felt that Kamala Harris was going to win, and perhaps it'd be easier to assassinate Trump after he lost the election. So now the plot has been foiled,
So
and
there.
hopefully won't come back.
You see that?
All right, so Hugh, the reaction, the headlines about the left and their absorbing this loss. Now it's the resistance again. The second resistance to Trump must start right now. That's the Washington Post. Newsweek will fight to the death. Democratic governors plan a war against Trump. Senator Elizabeth Warren, here's the plan to fight back. What's your take 30,000 feet of what you've heard from the left in reaction to this? I mean, they're so stark. The level of the win, if you look at the map and all of the red, it's pretty amazing.
First rule of game applies, Brett. You gotta stop digging at some point, they keep digging. I support everyone's right to march and to protest and to proclaim. What I do not want to see is the resistance inside the executive branch. They ambushed President-elect Trump the first time it was President-elect Trump, and this time the executive branch, if they try and be part of the resistance, they have to be shown the door right away. Because this is almost pathological level on some of the shows I've been watching. And get help, talk to people. It's just an election loss. You're gonna have another election. The Republicans won in 1980, they lost in 1982. I think we're gonna get whacked in 2026. So just treat it like politics, not like the apocalypse.
All right, let's do some winners and losers at the end of this panel. Francesca, first to you, winner then loser.
Well, I guess the loser first is actually the Vibes campaign, because as it turns out, Vibes did not vote in this election. And when it comes to winners of the week, the 2028 Democrats who had been sitting on the bench waiting to see what was going to happen with Vice President Kamala Harris. You know, you got Pete Buttigieg, Josh Shapiro, Gretchen Whitmer. There's a bunch of them now who will get a second crack at the bat at this.
All right, Byron, winner and loser.
My winner is the singer Lee Greenwood. The Trump campaign gave new life to his 1984 hit, God Bless the USA. We heard it all the time.
I like that song, God Bless the USA.
Yeah, losers and selfish.
It's really like,
had the
I can feel the
reputation as the
song.
gold standard of polling. Then she said Kamala Harris was going to win Iowa by 3, when in fact she lost by 13. Huge miss.
Yeah, Hugh, winner and loser.
The winner's got to be the consultants to the Harris campaign. They raised and spent $1 billion. The vig on that is anywhere between 5 and 10%. We'll never get an accounting of how much money the consultants made, but they might be crying on television, but that was generational wealth right there. The loser is the narrative. The narrative comes from a variety of sources, whether it's The View or Pod Save America or a variety of different influencers on TikTok. They persuaded the Democratic elite that only abortion and January 6th mattered, and in fact it was the economy and immigration. So the narrative did not narrate the truth, and Democrats are stunned and surprised.
There you go. Okay, up next, our cabinet casino.
You know,
I know Trent too.
I've learned more about knitting watching this than I would,
Which one?
every time that the Fox thing on YouTube ends, that girl's knitting at the end.
Yeah.
Harold Ford Jr.
So it means that is not really the channel of Fox News that you're watching.
In late February 1991, two of the most legendary battleships in history, USS Missouri and USS Wisconsin, lay just off the Kogi coast. Sadly,
Is it cute? I'm making a Decker.
after years in mothballs,
Hi,
these
Alicia.
ships
Cute
were
ba?
rebuilt
Is it
at the
cute?
President's behest. This time, as fully modernized war machines.
Let me show you how you can grow a 6-figure drone side
I'm
hustle
putting some
right
Decker
now
for
in
my
2024. And no, this is
for makeup boards.
The Tomahawk cruise
Ano
missiles,
magmukha siyang
advanced radar systems, and even
Yeah.
drones now lining their decks. The anxious Iraqi forces watch these World War II veterans bring the beginning of an amphibious invasion right to their shores. With a single command, Missouri unleashed her firepower, reminding everyone of their most powerful asset needed no update. Her massive 16-inch guns, the same that had hammered enemy fortifications at Iwo Jima, brought to life. 2,700-pound shells tore through the air, crashing into Iraqi defenses along the coast. Moments later, Wisconsin joined the assault, her guns adding to the destruction. For the Iraqis watching them from the shore, the sheer force of the assault of the sister ships was overwhelming. What they didn't know was that these 887-foot-long behemoths were just one piece of a much larger, more complex strategy. As the thunderous guns of Missouri and Wisconsin held their attention, elsewhere, unseen and unexpected, the true nature of the coalition's plan was about to unfold. By the late 1980s, despite the Cold War being in its final stages, global tensions remained high. As the United States cemented itself as the dominant global power, tensions simmered all the way in the Middle East, where Iraq's longtime leader, Saddam Hussein, facing crippling debt after years of war with Iran, decided on a bold solution. On August 2nd, 1990, Hussein's forces invaded Kuwait, rapidly and crushingly overwhelming the small nation and seizing control of its vast oil reserves. The assault gave the dictator immense amounts of leverage over the global economy, setting off international sanctions only days later. Nonetheless, Saddam still pressed forward.
Non-cardboard,
Now,
so this is
with
the
diplomacy about
best
to
way to
exhaust, the world realized intervention was inevitable. Unwilling to let such a vital area of the world fall deep under hostile control, American President George H.W. Bush rallied an immense international effort. The leader assembled a 34-nation military coalition, one of the largest since World War II, with well over 800,000 soldiers from countries like the United Kingdom, France, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt, converging to work as one. That very same August, the United States launched Operation Desert Shield, a defensive mission with the ultimate purpose of protecting Saudi Arabia and its vital oil infrastructure from potential Iraqi aggression. With this, coalition forces fortified positions along the Saudi border. This operation bought the coalition critical time to organize its forces and prepare to go on the offensive for their next objective, liberating Kuwait. As Operation Desert Shield unfolded, the UN issued a blunt ultimatum to Saddam Hussein, Resolution 678, authorizing the use of force if Iraq failed to withdraw from occupied Kuwait by January 15, 1991. With the clock now ticking, the coalition prepared for an all-out assault, a rare occurrence for the end of the 20th century. This would be no easy feat. Although Iraq's armed forces were substantial, the multinational group had a clear numerical advantage. Yet, dislodging the invaders through sheer force would likely come with heavy losses. In response, General Norman Schwarzkopf, the commander of coalition forces, and his team of elite military strategists came up with a unique three-pronged strategy meant to outmaneuver Iraq's defenses through a masterful blend of force and deception. The first prong involved a direct infantry assault, engaging Iraqi forces head-on to pin them down and prevent reinforcement of other positions. The second prong was a daring left-hook flanking maneuver, where powerful tanks would sweep across the Kuwaiti and Iraqi deserts, bypassing enemy defenses and striking from the west, severing the invaders' supply lines and encircling their forces. But for the first two prongs to succeed, the third and boldest of them all had to be performed flawlessly. The plan called for a staged amphibious assault on Kuwait's beaches. The elaborate ruse would make the enemy believe the main invasion would surge from the Persian Gulf. Assuming the attack would develop in the water, top brass would send all the Iraqi defenses and all the men and material there, allowing real assaults from the first two prongs to thunder seamlessly from inland, striking hard from the south to the west, slicing through supply lines, ensnaring Iraqi
Look at that!
and driving relentlessly toward the capital.
There you go.
Cute. And then also the other one is like silver
The
and
coalition needed overwhelming naval firepower. Nothing was more convincing.
It said that this is my house. This is Dudays' house. See, nothing was
Yeah.
was not touched.
USS Wisconsin, an Iowa
If you're
class
worried
battleship,
about that, there's
was commissioned in
nothing.
April 1944
There's nothing that was
into
touched.
the Pacific Fleet
Actually, the
at
paint.
fault. For nearly a year,
Throw this away.
she and her men played a key role.
How did you eat that?
During bombardments of
I
Japanese
didn't eat all
overhead.
of this.
As escorting carrier strike groups as they launched air attacks.
This is
This was being
illegal.
achieved through a primary weapon system. 9 massive 16-inch guns housed in 3 massive turrets, capable of hurling 2,700-pound shells up to 23 miles. The ship also carried an array of 5-inch dual-purpose guns for anti-aircraft and surface-to-surface weapons. Meanwhile, her sister ship, USS Missouri, was commissioned a bit later, in June 1944, and joined the war too late to make much of a difference in the already winning tides of the end-stage Pacific Theater.
I'll finish also now.
Beginning in January 1945, Mighty Mo rained artillery support during the invasions of Iwo Jima and Okinawa. Most importantly, she was the center of one of the most significant moments of the entire war.
Evacuate.
Starting on September 2nd, 1945, her deck was the site of the formal surrender of Japan.
But anyway, that's all for now. Ay, hindi. Tapusin na natin yung isa rin.
And to many, the end of the battleship's golden era.
Sa kabila pa.
When the Korean War began in 1950, both sisters answered the call once more, hammering North Korean defenses and troop concentrations, targeting supply lines and key infrastructure. With a top speed of 33 knots, these Iowa-class ships could outpace many contemporaries, seamlessly keeping up with fast-moving carrier groups and responding to shifting battle conditions.
That's
Yet,
the
despite the
ECS
Iowa-class
that we
ships'
did.
continued effectiveness and track record, new technology, spurred by the beginning of the Cold War, rapidly outmatched these once dominant battleships, causing them both to be decommissioned and placed in the market in 1955, where they would lie on.
1955.
By the mid-1980s, naval warfare had evolved significantly.
Yeah, after
Nonetheless,
this, that's
President
the
Ronald Reagan, working to bolster America's naval power with a blend of traditional strength and cutting-edge technology, launched the ambitious 600-ship Navy plan, a massive initiative to expand the U.S. fleet and reaffirm its maritime dominance. The leader recognized that in a world where Cold War boiling points could tip over at any moment, the massive firepower and imposing presence of the battleships still held a powerful strategic and also symbolic value of American power. With this, all 4 of the available Iowa-class battleships were reactivated. However, to accurately face modern threats, they needed major upgrades. While the battleships retained their iconic guns, their firepower was vastly expanded with the integration of 32 Tomahawk cruise missiles, long-range precision-guided weaponry that could strike targets deep inland. A set of Harpoon anti-ship missiles also bolstered her offensive might. In order to counter modern threats like incoming missiles and aircraft, shipyard workers installed the Phalanx close-in weapon system, or Seaways, featuring radar-guided guns. Other critical upgrades included improvements to radar, fire control systems, and electronic warfare capabilities. Now, with their modernization ready, the 2 sister ships were ready to fight side by side once more. As the January 15th deadline approached, the 2 colossal 887-foot-long American battleships, USS Wisconsin and USS Missouri, appeared menacingly off the Kauai coast. The former had arrived in late August, followed by the latter in November. As Saddam Hussein braced for full-blown war with the coalition, his large forces appeared powerful, both on paper and publicly. But despite being equipped with Soviet and Western-made tanks, aircraft, and missiles, his men were tired and most definitely battle-hardened by a decade of brutal conflict with Iran.
Discover doubles your cash back at the end of your first year. So I want another double shot, double
She's
plus.
You want a rematch. For a limited time, Domino's Rewards members can try new 5-cheese mac and cheese for just 30 points.
Hello?
President Bush addressed the nation and the entire world by stating, quote, Saddam has arrogantly rejected all warnings. Instead, he tried to make this a dispute between Iraq and the United States of America. Well, he failed. Tonight, 28 nations, countries from 5 continents, Europe and Asia, Africa and the Arab League, have forces in the Gulf area, standing shoulder to shoulder against Saddam Hussein. It was finally official. A new era of war had begun. The coalition had the most advanced military technology at the time: precision missiles, stealth bombers, and high-tech air power, dominating the battlefield and terrorizing the enemy. Yet, even amidst this cutting-edge warfare, a duo of battleship legends of a bygone era were vital to the success of Operation Desert Storm. The sister ship's last battle had been in Korea, and now, 40 years later, they were thundering into action as if time had never passed. At exactly 1:40 a.m. on January 17, 1991, USS Missouri launched her first Tomahawk missile, sending it streaking into the midnight sky and marking her triumphant return to battle. Moments later, her iconic 16-inch guns opened fire, her first combat bombardment since March 1953. The thunderous roar of her cannons echoed loudly across the desert as they targeted an Iraqi command and control bunker near the Saudi border. While Missouri delivered her blows, USS Wisconsin took on an equally critical role. As the official Tomahawk Land Attack Missile, or TLAM, strike commander for the Persian Gulf, she coordinated the opening missile salvo of the campaign. In those first crucial days, Wisconsin fired a total of 24 Tomahawk missiles, each one aimed at vital targets deep inside Iraq.
Is it pantay?
And this, a ruse, was now in motion. On January 29, 1991, the frigate USS Kurtz led USS Missouri northward. Her advanced mine-avoidance sonar guided the massive battleship through treacherous waters. Just days later, on February 3rd, Missouri unleashed another barrage, this time bombarding Iraqi beach defenses, firing a total of 112 rounds. These operations were coordinated by a Marine OV-10 Bronco. The aging model, much like the battleships, defied expectations and proved their worth, despite having been considered relics of an earlier time. In the weeks leading up to the late February invasion, United States top commanders knew how to seize the world's attention to continue with the ruse. The comeback of the sister ships, USS Missouri and USS Wisconsin, with their massive 16-inch guns, became the focal points of global speculation. Front pages around the world buzzed with reports hinting at an impending amphibious assault. Even the New York Times fell under the spell, with one report from February 4th capturing the growing anticipation. Quote, powerful guns aboard the battleship Missouri lobbed 2,700-pound shells against Iraqi command bunkers near the Kuwaiti coastline, the U.S. command official said, describing the shore bombardment as a further indication that an American-led amphibious assault on occupied Kuwait might be drawing near. The world was watching, and even the general public had to believe the fake invasion. 2 days later, on February 6th, USS Missouri was relieved in the gunfire support role by her sister ship, USS Wisconsin. That same day, escorted by USS Nicholas, she unleashed her fury, sending 11 shells across 19 miles, obliterating an Iraqi artillery battery in southern Kuwait. The following day, she finally got an opportunity to use one of her greatest technological updates, bringing into the fight the ship's own RQ-2 Pioneer unmanned aerial vehicle, marking the first time a drone had been used in combat to spot targets. Guiding this unmanned eye in the sky, Wisconsin seamlessly hammered a communications compound, raining down 24 shells on Iraqi missile facilities, artillery sites, and electronic warfare positions along the coastline. That same evening, she fired 50 additional rounds in nearby piers, sinking or heavily damaging more than a dozen ships. On February 9th, Wisconsin continued her assault, pounding bunkers and fortified positions while targeting enemy troops near Khafji, lending support to Saudi and Qatari forces that were pushing the enemy forces out of the city. In the days that followed, her sister ship, Missouri, resumed bombardment in the area, unleashing 60 more rounds before they headed to Failaka Island for her next mission the following week. On the way there, the UAVs continued to prove their worth, this time spotting a convoy of trucks resupplying an Iraqi command post. Wisconsin wasted no time leveling 10 buildings and delivering a powerful blow. For days, the two sisters continued to work in tandem, alternating along the coastline, dismantling Iraqi defenses and forcing them to stay pinned to the coast, their combined firepower paving the way for the coalition's next move. On the night of February 23rd, both battleships turned their guns on Failaka Island, with the goal of using their guns to create a diversionary strike to convince Iraqi forces that the amphibious invasion was now imminent. Missouri opened the assault, tearing into Iraqi defenses, lighting up the night with each impact of her Mark 8 armor-piercing shells, each weighing a massive 2,700 pounds, aided by her Pioneer drone, which continued to scout targets for the ship. Below, explosions rocked the coastline, with shells raining down on entrenched Iraqi positions, shaking the dug-in troops and filling the air with chaos and fear. After Missouri finished its devastating assault, Wisconsin followed suit, launching her Pioneer drone to scan for more targets. This time, however, as the drone's low and menacing buzz reverberated over the island, the Iraqis had had enough. Having just witnessed Missouri's brutal barrage, the terrified men began waving makeshift white flags, signaling their desperate attempt to surrender, not to soldiers, but to a machine in the sky. Amused, Wisconsin's drone operators radioed the commanding officer, Captain David Bill III, asking, quote, "Sir, they want to surrender. What should I do with them?" This unbelievable moment became the most defining and remembered moment of the entire Gulf War, and also marked the first time in history an enemy surrendered to an unmanned drone controlled by a ship. The following day, Wisconsin and her crew responded to multiple calls for fire support, blasting entrenched Iraqi troops from their bunkers. After witnessing the destruction unleashed by the sister ships, a Saudi Marine commander couldn't help but remark over the radio, quote, "I wish we had a battleship in our Navy." Yet, as Missouri and Wisconsin continued to hold the line without fault, the Iraqis had one more desperate and dangerous move to play. The next day, USS Missouri edged within 10 miles of the Kuwaiti coast, escorted by USS Jarrett and HMS Gloucester for security. The illusion was still holding, and just before 1 a.m., Mighty Mo shot once again at Iraqi positions, pounding all along the coastline. To make the deception even more convincing, 10 Marine Corps helicopters launched a feint near Ashrabah, their engines roaring across the Gulf. This brazen move would not go unnoticed by the enemy, and this time, Iraq would not sit back. At 4:52 a.m., just as the helicopters pulled away, Iraqi forces, still convinced that the invasion was coming from the sea, responded by launching a duo of silkworm missiles from the shore, aimed directly at Missouri. An A-6 intruder circling above immediately picked up the launch and reported 2 distinct trails streaking through the sky. The first missile, confused by the shot fired from the flotilla, veered off and crashed harmlessly into the sea between Missouri and Jarrett. But the second missile wasn't slowing down. Instead, it sped toward Missouri, locked on and closing the distance fast. Detected more than 20 miles out, it was tracking straight to the battleship. Video footage from that day, a chilling call across the ship's comms, quote, "With this, all the men aboard Mighty Mo were beginning to fear for their lives." Nearby, HMS Gloucester, one of the ships providing the defense, picked up the incoming missile on the radar. Reacting instantly, the destroyer launched 2 Sea Dart missiles. Once in the sky, they connected with the target, obliterating the silkworm before it could reach Missouri. This event marked the first successful missile versus missile engagement at sea in combat. Now, with the biggest threat out of the way, an E-2C Hawkeye circling high above quickly coordinated its surveillance assets to pinpoint the launch site. With the location locked in, intruder attack aircraft were dispatched to deliver their payload. No less than a dozen Mark 20 Rockeye cluster bombs rained down on the missile site, wiping out the remaining missile batteries and reducing them to rubble. While the silkworm threat was no more, only a few hours later, another close call occurred. It was still February 25th, and USS Missouri continued pounding Iraqi targets along the coast, her guns thunderously echoing across the water. The battle seemed endless, but while HMS Gloucester had moved on, Missouri was now accompanied by USS Jarrett, HMS Atherstone, and HMS Exeter. Amid the bombardment, the situation took another dangerous turn when HMS Exeter spotted thick black smoke rising from an oil well that Iraqi forces had set ablaze. The tension on board Missouri escalated as the alert went out. A missile launch seemed imminent. It was only hours since Missouri had narrowly escaped the first missile strike, and now the crew was ordered to brace for impact once again. In an instant, Missouri deployed her chaff countermeasures, hoping to confuse the incoming missiles' guidance systems. But what followed was something no one saw coming. The chaff drifted between Missouri and Jarrett, and suddenly, Jarrett's phalanx defense system, set to auto-engage, identified the chaff as a threat. Without warning, the 20mm cannons from Jarrett opened fire, locking onto the chaff cloud and hitting Missouri. The burst of rounds sprayed across the battleship, jolting the crew as friendly fire struck home. In the confusion of this technological blunder, word aboard Mighty Mo spread that a gas attack could be imminent. Sailors scrambled to put on their gas masks, the fear of chemical warfare hanging over every second, adding to the chaos. Yet again, Missouri narrowly escaped disaster. The damage was superficial, and no one aboard was seriously hurt, but it was a close call, one too many in a single day. After what felt like hours, the tension broke, and the crew, still braced for impact, was finally ordered to stand down. Though they were still instructed to wear protective gear, the all-clear came at last. Over the intercom, the executive officer's voice broke the silence. Quote, "All stations, relax the gas masks. There's no reported gas and no missile activity." Relief washed over the ship. The looming threat of chemical weapons had hovered over every moment of the Gulf War, keeping the crew on edge. But for now, the danger had passed. Bill Genereux, a crew member working on the systems that aimed Missouri's guns, later described the tension of that day while stationed in the battery plotting room. Quote, "This memory is forever embedded in my memory. I was deep inside an armored World War II battleship. The plotting room is one of the battleship's vital organs, so to speak. It is the brains to the ship's brawn, the 16-inch guns. Without the computer equipment in this space, the ship cannot fight, so it is located deep inside the armored belt, right next to the engine spaces, meant to be safe from shells and torpedoes. Even so, with a missile bearing down on you, and you can do nothing but stand there and take whatever's coming, you have to wonder if this could be the end." As coalition forces continued with the actual ground offensive on February 25th, naval forces along the coast prevented any sort of redeployment. On February 26th, in the heart of the desert, Captain H.R. McMaster led his troop into the Battle of 73 Easting. In a stunning display of precision and speed, a single unit of Abrams tanks and Bradley fighting vehicles decimated 44 Iraqi tanks and armored vehicles without suffering a single loss. This decisive inland victory became an iconic moment in what would be known as the 100-Hour War. That same day, Missouri began armistice enforcement operations. Finally, on February 28th, after weeks of relentless coalition advances, Saddam Hussein, facing overwhelming losses and the absolute collapse of his military, accepted the coalition's terms for peace, and President Bush officially called for an end to the hostilities. By then, these sister ships had collectively unleashed more than 1 million pounds of explosives against Iraqi positions. That same day, Wisconsin fired the last naval gunfire support mission of the war, becoming the final battleship in world history to see action. While the coalition suffered the loss of 300 troops, this number was far lower than expected, largely thanks to the successful route that kept Iraqi forces pinned to the coast, unable to focus on the true threat deeper inland. On the other side, Iraqi forces paid a heavy price, with an estimated 10,000 fallen troops, and their armored divisions left in ruins. Over 8 months in service to the Persian Gulf, USS Wisconsin logged 348 UAV hours, completed 661 safe helicopter landings, traveled 46,000 nautical miles, and unleashed 319 16-inch shells, 881 5-inch shells, and 5,200 rounds from its phalanx Sea Whiz. She also launched 24 Tomahawk cruise missiles. For her part, USS Missouri cleared 15 naval mines, fired 759 16-inch shells, and launched 28 Tomahawk cruise missiles. Though the battleships had proven their worth in Desert Storm, as the Soviet threat collapsed that same year, all remaining battleships were taken out of service. In the end, these sister battleships, veterans of 3 wars spanning nearly 5 decades, received numerous awards for their service. Today, they are preserved as museum ships. ships in the 1960s. Named after the Thresher shark, the U.S. Navy submarines had state-of-the-art features that made it the fastest and quietest U-boat in its day, significantly pushing the boundaries of Cold War technology. But in April 1963, the USS Thresher atomic submarine left port to perform a series of test dives off Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and never came back. When the submarine sank to the bottom of the ocean after a series of bewildering underwater phone calls, the naval community was baffled. But the Navy classified the report, only releasing scant details about the accident that took 129 lives. The mystery then lived on for several decades until a brave lawsuit brought the document to the forefront. To this day, we still keep learning about what happened on that fateful morning.
Tapos na. Hi, family. Tapos ko na.
The second USS Thresher.
So, ito na siya. Meron pa palang hindi pa ako tapos. Still not yet tapos sa gitna. Yung gitna na lang. I still have to make little more arty-arty dyan. Oh, diba? Ganda. Happy much. Ginawa akong gift ay yung aking mga cupboards. And ganyan siya. Depende rin sa inyo kung saan nyo lalagay yung ribbon. So, or kung igigitna nyo ba siya or what. So, but right now, ayan. Pero yung Christmas tree ko, wala pa pong wala pang ayos. So, still gonna look forward to that. So, right now, I'm medyo pagod na. So, thank you so much everybody for watching. A happy wife is a happy life. Bye-bye. I'll be happy much with my decor. Thank you.
The following year,